If you want to go to the next level in your career, business, or life, stop setting goals. That's the wrong place to start. And in this video, I'm going to prove it to you. There are three drivers that determine whether your health actually supports the life you're building: identity, biology, and standards. Align them, and change becomes inevitable. Ignore them, and goals collapse every time. If last year and every year before that felt heavier than it should have, it's because you kept upgrading your goals while operating from the exact same body, biochemistry, and nervous system. This is the current version of your health. But here is the real question: can this version of your health actually sustain the life you're building? Can you hit goals if your energy crashes at 3 p.m., if caffeine is the only thing holding you together, if brain fog, bloating, or stress eat up half of your focus? I know you're capable. You have trained yourself to execute under pressure, to override hunger, to ignore fatigue, push past stress. And it worked until your health became the bottleneck. That's because your health identity sets the ceiling, not your intentions or willpower. And if you want this year to be the year things actually change, it won't come from a longer to-do list. It will come from upgrading who you are being and the physiology that supports it. I'm Ginka Kostova, a former high performer working in the movie industry in Hollywood turned functional nutritional therapist. Now I help ambitious professionals resolve the hidden gut and energy issues sabotaging their performance. So let's start with the first driver: identity. Your health is your secret leverage to achieving anything in life. Improve it and you will hit your goals. But why is it so difficult to do it and to stick to habits that are good for you? Every result in your body right now, energy, weight, focus, bloating, sleep, is simply a reflection of who you are being on autopilot. I'm talking about the version of you who shows up when you're tired, stressed, late, overworked, or managing everyone else's needs first. And this is not a blame. You are exactly where you're supposed to be. But if you want to upgrade, you need to understand that your identity is what's producing your current biology, and your current biology is what's producing your current results. And your results are data feeding your identity. So it's a feedback loop. Most people try to change their life by changing the destination on the GPS. Fitter, lighter, more resilient. But they never upgrade the vehicle. Same engine, same fuel, same limitations. So yes, the destination is new, but you're still driving the same old car. That's why you start strong and then give up. That's why your body snaps back to old patterns. The harsh truth is this: you don't rise to the level of your health goals, you fall to the level of your current identity and biology. So if your results are just a mirror of who you're being, the real question becomes, how do you become the person whose default is health, not burnout? And that's where identity and biology come in. So let's talk about your biology. The second driver, the body state your identity creates. Most advice tells you to try harder, to track more, be more consistent, but high performers don't fail because they lack discipline. I know you're disciplined. You fail because you're using the wrong sequence. Most people believe that you get more by doing more. But here's the formula that actually works in the human body. Your identity determines your biology. Your biology shapes your behavior, and behavior produces results. Once you see this, you'll realize you were never bad at habits. You are using a model your body can't support. Let me break this down the way your nervous system understands it. Identity is how you see yourself. Are you someone who is always exhausted but keeps pushing? Or a person who protects their energy like it's an asset? If you see yourself as someone who must push, grind, hustle, your nervous system stays in fight or flight. And when your biology is stuck in survival mode, it will fight everything that looks like nourishment, rest, slowing down, eating on time. This is how your biology drives your behavior and choices you make automatically. Things like hormones, blood sugar, and stress signals shape your choices long before conscious thought kicks in. And no amount of discipline can sustainably override this. I have seen this in every person I work with. When identity and biology are misaligned, behavior becomes a battle. You need to force every habit, convince yourself to drink water, negotiate with yourself about sleep, fight yourself all day long. But when identity leads and biology follows, something shifts. Behavior becomes obvious, effortless. It's just who you are now. So here is the bottom line. You are not failing habits. Your nervous system is defending an older version of you because that version once kept you safe. And this right here is where most high performers get trapped. To break out of this, you need different standards. And this is the third driver. You don't get the health you want. You get the health you're willing to tolerate. When life gets busy and demanding, the bar quietly drops. Not consciously. You are a perfectionist after all. You have high standards about everything. But you need to get through the day. So you start saying things like, it's fine, I'm just tired, everyone crashes in the afternoon, this is normal at my age. And on the surface, those sound reasonable. But here's what's really happening underneath. You're lowering your standards so your current reality doesn't hurt. Avoiding discomfort is human, we all do it. But the biggest opportunity for growth and change is exactly in that discomfort. This pain is the gap between you now and the version of you that thrives in the life you want for yourself. And let's face it, that better version of you will see some of your current normal as red flags. For some people, sleeping 5 hours a night and running on coffee is fine. For your future version, that's a warning sign. For some people, skipping meals and grabbing whatever it's available, it's not a big deal. But the version of you who performs at a high level without burning out, that's instability, not flexibility. So I invite you to revisit everything you have labeled as fine. Those signals are asking you to raise your standards. But here's where it gets tricky. When your life feels too full to slow down, your nervous system looks for a workaround. Not real change, just a feeling of control. And that's how people end up doing what I call fake work on their health. They buy supplements and never take them. They save recipes and never cook them. They research protocols and never start them. It feels productive, it feels like you're on it, but nothing actually changes because none of that touches your standards. New results require higher standards, not better goals. You need to raise your thermostat. You get what you tolerate. Without a shift in standards, your nervous system stays exactly where it is in fight or flight. So here is the turning point in this whole conversation. Before you add another habit, protocol, or goal, there is one decision you have to make. What are you no longer willing to tolerate from yourself, even on your worst day? That internal line you draw is where real transformation begins. There is already a future version of you who has the health you want. More focus, steady energy, a calmer nervous system, a body that supports your life. That version of you is not waiting for a motivation. They live from a different standard. When identity, biology, and standards line up, the future version of you becomes available now. So take a moment and picture yourself 12 months from now. Not on a perfect day, on a normal Tuesday. What time do you wake up? How does your body feel? What do you no longer tolerate? Almost without thinking about it. Now, pull that version of you into today and ask one question. What would that version of me do today? Not tomorrow, not next month, today. Then live from that standard just for one day. Your life won't change because you added 10 new habits. It will change the moment you refuse to live like the old you. That decision raises your standards. Standards change biology. Biology makes behavior easier, and behavior creates results. If you are a high performer and you feel your health is now the limiting factor, there is a free assessment below to start mapping what's actually happening in your body. Because this season of your life doesn't change because the calendar flips, it changes because you do. And that starts with one brave decision about who you're no longer willing to be. Everything we talk about today shows up most clearly at the beginning of every year. In the next video, I break down why New Year's resolutions fail at a biological level and what actually works if you want change that sticks. Watch it next.